Have you ever felt like you need a pull-up bar? Well, I have. But I'm not going to spend like, how much are they? Like $15? I know that kilter boards are insane. It's literally just a piece of board, like wood, that you can route out, like with a router. But pull-up bars, those ones that you just put on your door frame, super easy to build. And everyone's like, oh, I'm going to go to Target and buy it for 15 bucks. So today I'm going to be building it out of pallet wood. Because pallet wood is free. And, I mean, the tools aren't, but I'll just assume that you already have them. Anyway, sorry, I just want to show off the view. It's very pretty here. Yeah. You'll need a drill, some screws, a saw. I don't have the saw with me right now. A tape measure, and something, and a pallet. That's kind of it. That's pretty sure. So first order of business is actually measuring the door frame. So you are going to need a couple of measurements. One, you are going to need this measurement, like the width of the actual door frame itself. You're also going to need the length of it. And once you get that, you are going to need the height from the top of the door frame to maybe like a little more, and you add like an inch or two to it. So I'm just going to use 7 inches because it's a perfectly, honestly, it's a painful. Now we need to get the actual wood. So we have our pallet here, and then you're going to want to deconstruct it. Watch my earlier video on how to deconstruct pallets for that. That's a whole nother beast. And so first, we're going to take one of these thinner 2x4s. It's not a 2x4. If you know anything about woodworking and you're listening to this, I'm so sorry. But you take this piece of wood, the one with 2 nails in it, or 3 nails. Honestly, it doesn't matter much, but I prefer the 2-nail one. You're going to need one of these. You're going to need one of the thick long strips, and you're actually going to need 2 of these. And yeah, we're going to want to take the nails off the back of them. Actually, no, I'll just leave them in. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so, you know how I was like, you only need a saw, drill, and a workbench, and screws? I was wrong, and wood. You also need a hammer, because I said, oh, you don't need to worry about the nails. I was wrong. You do need to worry about the nails. Because the middle ones, they don't really matter. But the ones on the outside are just going to damage your wall, and you don't really want that. So, let me show you the technique. I hope I'm in frame. You take your hammer, hopefully one that you don't care about, and then you just hammer on it a little bit. And you see how it's like kind of indented? Now you just take it out with the back side of the hammer. Boom, it's that easy. And you do that with all the nails. Unless you want the middle ones for, you know, spice. Congratulations, now you have a piece of wood without nails in the end. And you have another piece of wood that I did it off screen, but I drew a line in both of the areas that I was going to cut. You have a thicker piece of wood. In this, you're not going to cut it in half. You need to measure it. Depending on how big your, what's it called is, your 6.5 inches is. So, for me, I don't know, I threw out my measuring tape, so that looks like, I don't know. It's like, I already measured it. Right there is 13 inches, which is what I need. So I'm going to cut here, and then I'm going to cut it in half. Is this the best way to do it? No. But that's the way I'm doing it. And you can follow along if you want. Okay, so now we've sawn the part of wood and we're left with this chunk. But now we got to figure out half of this, right? Remember we threw our tape measure away. So, how do we do this? So what you do is you take your piece of wood that you sawed off and you're like, okay, well, that's about one of these pieces of wood. Move it over until it lines up with your finger. Okay. That's like 2 of these pieces of wood. Let's line it up again. Right there. Okay, so it's like 2 and a bit. So now we need to calculate this bit. Joke's on you, I already did it. Well, I made a line. So from here to here is the bit that we have. So I don't know what else to measure it, but I remembered, oh, I have these nails. So we'll measure it in nails. So that's 1. We'll just make a little mark. Actually, I need to make a mark like this. Okay, nail there. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 nails. Wait, no, it looks like it's 5 even. Okay, so it's 5 even nails. So basically, we can know that half of this is 1 plus 2.5 nails. So if we go 1, oh wait, wrong side. 1, 2, and then half. So like maybe like there, probably. Feel like the half doesn't matter too much. This is already so fucked up. So right here is where we need to saw. Perfect, easy, perfect. That doesn't look like the middle. Well, whatever. Okay, I just became aware that I did my math completely wrong. So this is actually 2 and a bit minus this amount. So this is this many nails. Give me a moment. Okay. Is there a time-lapse option on this? Okay. Counting with nails takes a long time and my fingers are getting cold. But we know there's close to 3, right? And these have to be close together, but not like entirely perfect. And I'm probably going to fuck it up with the saw anyways. So I'm just going to do 1 and then 2 and then find where the half is. The half is probably like right here. Of course I have some bias because I'm looking at that thing and I'm like, oh, that looks like half. But anyways, this is probably half, so it's that minus some. So I'm probably just gonna say that right here is this thing totally in half. Now am I right? I don't know. I don't really care. We're gonna find out. So now that you have sawed your piece of wood in half, Honestly, for my jank ass measurements, that
Why are you using the phone?
is pretty good. All the storage is done on mine. Also, the audio quality is like hilariously bad.
On this?
Yeah. And
Hi, people of next year.
people of next year, no. This is going on my YouTube. You think I'm joking? Anyways, you could cut these if you were a very diligent individual. I am not. And so now what we need is another stick. And I gotta go find where I put my last one because I don't know where that is. Okie dokie. So I found my other piece. Honestly, you do need to take all the nails out of this one because it's gonna be facing against the wall. And then for the other 2 pieces of wood, you are gonna need these 2 that you sawed off when you were like taking apart your pallet. Just find 2 that look, relatively similar in size. The more discrepancy you have, the more lopsided your pull-up bar is going to be. And so take out all these nails and then grab your drill and get ready to do drilling things. Okie dokie. So now that you have removed all your nails, you want to set it up in this formation. Big piece of board there. The pieces that are from dismantling the pallet on the side, and then these ones right here. And then you take your board with the nails still in it and you put it on top. Only problem is you might have excess. You might have these little tags. You're gonna have to saw those off. Even though you try to get around it because you're lazy. Oh well, it didn't work. So yeah, saw those off and then come back. Now, while you are cutting off these little tags, you might as well just even them out. Because I know you fucked them up too, man. We all did. Something to keep in mind when you're evening it out. Always take out less than you expect. Because you're probably going to have to cut it again anyways because you fucked up your saw job so bad. I mean, does that look straight to you? No. So, now that you have fixed it, line it up again. Now, you might want to check the squareness of this right here. It's not the end of the world if it's not square. It just means your bar is going to be a little crooked, which is fine. Like, I don't know. You can still do a pull-up on it. Personally, I use the already cut piece and I just stick it up to there and line it up. And I'm like, oh, does it look good? then it's probably good. Now this is a bad method because my cuts are dog shit and they're really crooked, so it doesn't check if it's a square at all, but you know, that's fine. So now we are gonna take our piece of wood and we're gonna stick it on top of it like that, and then boom. Personally, I mean, it's up to you, but I like the nails sticking, because I'm gonna be doing a pull-up this way, so my face is gonna go right in this area, and you know, it gives me a little extra motivation not to fall, so I just like keeping them there. If you don't though, and you don't like that, then you are more than welcome to flip it over and have them not in your face. Just know that everyone's gonna judge you. And so yeah, now we are gonna get to screwing. We are gonna screw here, and then we're gonna screw here, and the screws we're using are way too long, so they're gonna stick out the end and be a kind of a pokey hazard. So watch for that. Normally when I go on these thick bits, I like to go, I mean, the last one I did, I used 8 screws and it broke on me, so I like to just do 2 at a time and then test out the mechanism, and if it feels really sketchy and starts creaking at like half of my weight, then I add 2 more, and then I just rinse and repeat. And yeah, that is, I'm gonna go screw now. Okay, so you've successfully screwed 2 holes in here and 2 in here. Now you haven't screwed this and that together yet. Good. You can just take that off and you can screw 1 hole here and 1 hole here. Now, let's say you accidentally screw it into your sawhorses. What do you do? I'm gonna tell you in just a moment. So, future Ruben, what you do is you reverse the screws out, and you don't accidentally push them in deeper and then have to reverse them, because then you kind of fuck up your wood a little bit. I don't think anyone's worrying about the wood though, so it's not the end of the world. And then you just put them back in after you've moved them to the side of your sawhorse. Wow, what a smart, innovative way to do that. And so now, what we are gonna do, because this fits on there perfectly. Oh wow, that looks great. You are going to put it upside down, and you are going to have to attach this end to that end in that exact way. Like, this is the back weight. Yeah, in that exact way. Like this front part to that back part. So here, check this out. I'm just going to take it and do that. Wow, oh, genius. And you might be like, oh wow, that looks all bent. That's because it is. And so now we find our handy dandy piece of wood from earlier. That's good. And boom, perfect. So we're just gonna drill maybe two screws in here. And we're gonna use the long screws, because the short ones, I don't know, I've tried it and they just like get pulled out, and I'm also running low on the short ones, so use long ones, use long screws. Like these ones, like half of that. So yeah, I'm gonna go change out my bit. Bits changed. Okay, I'm gonna screw this in, but I need both hands for it, so we'll see if this can fit in my mouth. Okay, I didn't put the phone in my mouth for the other 3, because this plastic tastes fucking disgusting. A good, easy test for it is if you take it like this and just try and bend it as hard as you can. Because you're essentially going to be putting like your full weight on this thing. So if it even moves, then you should probably put in more screws. What do you mean?
What?
Oh, it's low?
It's been pretty low.
Oh, okay. No laundry for me.
Tonight.
What?
That's why I'm not showering tonight.
Smart.
I mean, I'm leaving tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't want to waste extra water. I was looking, I was like, ooh, can I take a shower? But I'm not gonna.
Okay, so now we got the installation of this thing. So, essentially this is your long bar. These are the other things. This is the thing, and this is the thing. So I ended up making these too long, or at least this one. Because you see how this is poking up just a little bit? That makes it really risky to fall. Not really risky, but semi-risky. Because when I push it flush on this side, that is like that. So a way to fix this is adding a little wood to here, or cutting this down and then rescrewing it. I'm not going to do either of those things because I'm lazy. And then this side's fine. But yeah, so we got it on our wall. And now let's see if it can hold our weight. So I'm going to just set this right here.
Ruben?
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch a movie. But I'm gonna go turn the generator on.
Okay. There we go. It can hold our weight. Now, can it hold? It can. You can hold 2. There you go. Now you have a pull-up bar. Now, personally, mine's a little long. My feet are almost touching the ground. So if I were to do this again, which I'm not, well, I probably will because it'll break at some point, but I'll trim these down and shorten this. And yeah, I had to have like 8 screws in the back of this thing. But these long screws, they really did the trick. That is my video.